Beloved soul, you did not stumble upon this message by coincidence. No, this is not a random whisper in the wind or just another word scrolling through your feed. This is a divine encounter. Heaven has orchestrated this moment with precision and purpose. Right now, even as your eyes fall upon these words, a sacred alignment is taking place between your heart's hidden cries and heaven's holy answer. This isn't just a message, it's a divine dispatch, a sacred letter written from the throne room of eternity and sealed with light, hope, and divine intention. It carries your name. It has your spirit's resonance etched into every word. The very atmosphere around you is shifting because heaven is drawing near with purpose and power. So listen with your spirit, receive with your heart, because heaven is speaking directly to you. Main message: warm, loving, urgent tone. Dearest one, the winds are shifting. Something sacred is moving in the unseen realms, and it carries your destiny in its wake. The Spirit is whispering of a holy transition, a divine relocation that has already been set in motion. You may not see it with your natural eyes yet, but in the realm of the Spirit, the decree has already been released. And no, this isn't only about geography, though for some of you, a physical move is indeed coming. For others, this relocation is spiritual, emotional, and deeply transformational. It is a repositioning of your identity, your calling, your authority. It is heaven picking you up from the place where you've been hidden, overlooked, perhaps even stuck, and placing you firmly in the territory of promise, visibility, and divine alignment. For months, perhaps even years, you felt it, the restlessness in your spirit, the tug in your soul that wouldn't let go. A quiet dissatisfaction with where you are, even though you've tried to convince yourself to settle. You've chalked it up to restlessness, called it a passing phase. But deep down, you've always known something greater has been calling your name. And now, that something is no longer in the distance. It is standing at your door. It is whispering, "It's time." Heaven has issued the order. This is your confirmation. You are not being pushed out. You are being lifted up. You are not being evicted by life. You are being elevated by destiny. Every closed door was protection. Every delay was preparation. Every detour was divine design. You see, the path you are walking is not ordinary. It is sacred. It has been mapped out by the hand of God Himself. And now you are approaching a threshold, a divine doorway where everything begins to align. Prophetic revelation with awe and divine timing. Hear this clearly, beloved. The Lord has already sent His angels ahead of you to prepare the way. Just as He led the Israelites out of Egypt, not randomly, not aimlessly, but with signs, wonders, and divine strategy, so He is leading you. You are not wandering. You are being guided with precision. The land He is bringing you into is not vague or uncertain. It has been marinated in promise. It is overflowing with purpose. It is steeped in divine provision and prophetic fulfillment. And yes, the discomfort you've been feeling lately, the pressure, the strange sense that something inside you is stretching beyond what you thought possible. That's not confusion. That's not punishment. That is the sacred tension of birthing. You are being delivered from one spiritual dimension and ushered into another. And birth is never without pain. It presses you. It stretches you. It demands something deeper than surface level faith. But it also produces something beautiful, something holy, something eternal. God is not playing games with your destiny. He is not casually watching from a distance. He is deeply invested in your next chapter, so much so that He is now removing every single thing that would hinder your elevation. People, patterns, possessions, even mindsets. If it cannot carry the weight of your promise, it cannot go with you. Heaven is cleansing your field so that something sacred can be planted, something heaven-born, something world-shifting. You cannot take old soil into new territory. Emotional storytelling interlude for empathy and resonance. Beloved, look back for a moment, not with regret, but with revelation. Remember the nights you lay awake in silence, staring into the darkness, wondering if your prayers were reaching beyond the ceiling. Remember those mornings you dragged yourself out of bed, putting on strength like clothing even when your soul felt empty. Remember the moments, oh, those raw moments, when you whispered, God, is there more than this? You weren't just surviving, you were being forged. Every betrayal you endured, it sharpened your discernment. Every delay, it cultivated patience and deepened your roots. Every heartbreak, it taught you to lean into the eternal love that never fails. Every rejection, it was a redirection, guiding you away from what would have harmed you and toward what heaven reserved for you. Heaven was not absent. Heaven was at work, in silence, in stillness, in mystery. You thought you were wandering, but you were in wilderness training, just like David in the fields, just like Esther in the palace, just like Joseph in the prison. You were being developed in obscurity so that you could be revealed in authority, called to trust intimate and uplifting. So now, here you are, standing at the threshold, one step away from the manifestation of everything you've prayed for in secret. And heaven is saying, trust me. Trust me when the scenery changes. Trust me when you don't have all the answers. Trust me when the old begins to fall away and the new feels unfamiliar. I am not only your God, I am your guide. I go before you. I make the crooked paths straight. I light the way when it feels dark. I open doors that no man can shut, and I shut doors that no man can open. And yes, the enemy knows you're close. That's why the warfare has intensified. That's why the distractions have multiplied. But don't let the noise drown out the whisper of heaven. The breakthrough is nearer than it's ever been. You are not losing your way. You are finding your wings. Sacred closing, prophetic blessing, and peace. So rest, beloved. Rest in the knowing that you are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not abandoned. You are seen, known, and fiercely loved by the one who holds the stars and calls them by name. And now he is calling you. Step forward. Say yes. Loosen your grip on what was and open your hands to what is coming. Because what's ahead of you is far greater than what's behind you. The promise is not just coming, it's already unfolding. A new chapter is being written in the ink of heaven. And you, dear one, are the chosen vessel for glory yet unseen. The time is now. Welcome to your divine relocation. Heaven rejoices over your yes. And now, finally, after all the long nights of waiting, the silent prayers whispered through tears, the years you spent preparing in quiet obedience, and the seasons of hidden growth, the divine fulfillment of your preparation is at hand. Heaven has seen your journey, the unseen sacrifices, the internal wrestling, the moments when you almost gave up because the promise felt too far, too foggy, too fragile. But you didn't. You held on. And now, heaven is moving. And so are you. Guidance from heaven, clarity and direction. There is a stirring in the atmosphere around you, a divine wind beginning to blow. For many of you, this message is a sacred confirmation. A shift is coming, not just spiritual, but physical, emotional, and geographical. You may feel a deep inner nudge, a holy discontent with what used to feel familiar. Don't ignore it. Don't brush it off. This is not just your own restlessness. It is the prompting of the Spirit, gently preparing you for your next step. Some of you will be asked to move cities, others to shift careers, end old partnerships, or walk away from environments that no longer align with who you are becoming. It may look like leaving behind comfort zones that have become spiritual cages. And though it feels unfamiliar, hear this clearly. Do not be afraid. You are not being cast into the dark. You are being led into destiny. God is not leading you into the unknown. He is guiding you into what He already knows. He's been preparing it all along. Every roadblock, every redirection, every delay, it's been divinely designed to lead you to this moment. You do not need to understand the entire map. You don't need all the answers right now. You don't even need to know where you'll land. All you need to do is say yes to the next right step. Because the moment you say yes, the atmosphere shifts. Provision will meet you. Favor will find you. Divine connections will appear. Unexpected doors will open, and answers you didn't even know to ask for will begin to arrive. The how will make itself known the moment you trust the who, the one who is guiding you. This is divine choreography. You are not wandering. You are being strategically repositioned by the hand of heaven. Spiritual promises, prophetic declarations, and hope. Hear this in your spirit. God is relocating you to protect what He has planted in you. There is something sacred growing inside you, anointing, revelation, wisdom, and calling that cannot be exposed to the wrong climate. The old environment cannot hold the new version of you. That's why the ground has felt shaky. That's why the tension increased. That's why the atmosphere began to change. You were never meant to stay where you were. God is calling you to higher ground, where the voices of doubt can no longer reach you, where the warfare can't touch you in the same way, where your purpose can breathe without resistance. You are being positioned where your gifts will finally be received and not rejected, where your voice will carry weight, where your presence will unlock atmospheres, where your dreams won't be dismissed as too much, too strange, too soon. You will go where your light is not just tolerated, it is celebrated. You will walk in rooms where you no longer have to shrink or explain yourself. You will land in places where your soul says, I'm home. And in that divinely chosen place, yes, that sacred, appointed ground, your destiny will flourish like never before. The seeds of promise buried in the soil of your obedience are about to break through. Time-stamped prophetic moment for divine alignment and personal confirmation. Pause right here. Spirit says, write this date down. Mark it. Hold it close. April 12th, 2025. This is the day heaven confirmed your next season. It is not a coincidence that you're reading this right now. Your spirit recognized this message because your soul has been prepared for it. And in the weeks to come, you will begin to see undeniable signs, confirmation after confirmation, that your time has come. Watch what begins to unfold. Random conversations that seem divinely timed. Unexpected messages, emails, or job offers. Invitations to travel or connect. A sudden surge of clarity or the resurfacing of long-forgotten dreams. Encounters with strangers who speak directly to your heart. It will feel like divine breadcrumbs falling from heaven. And they are. Follow them. They are not random. They are coordinates, markings on your spiritual map. They will lead you step by step into the place God has already prepared. And for many of you, within the next 21 to 90 days, you will find yourself in a new place. Not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually too. A fresh space, a new dimension of peace, a deeper awareness of purpose, an environment that supports your growth, honors your gift, and accelerates your becoming. Urgency plus reassurance, powerful closing encouragement. This is not the time to shrink back. This is not the time to second guess what your spirit knows is true. This is the moment to rise, relocate, and receive. You've waited long enough. You've endured enough. You've cried, fasted, obeyed, and surrendered in ways most people would never see or understand. And now, the one who saw it all, he is calling you forward. This move, whatever it looks like, is not about loss. It's about launch. You are not being uprooted to be discarded. You are being transplanted so you can thrive. This is a divine shift, a holy relocation. The same God who is calling you out is the same God who has already gone before you. He has cleared the way. The provision is prepared. The support is assigned. The covering is confirmed. And when you arrive, wherever that may be, you'll realize this was never just about changing places. It was about finally stepping into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. This is your becoming. This is your breakthrough. This is your birthing moment. Closing. Divine blessing and call to action. So now, beloved, take a deep breath. Let peace settle over you. Let the fear fall away. You are not being led away from safety. You are being led into sacredness. Heaven rejoices at your obedience. The angels are aligning in celebration. The winds of God are at your back, and all of heaven is watching as you step into your ordained next. You are not late. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are being divinely relocated by the hand of God Himself. So rise, tack light, trust deep, walk boldly. Your feet are about to touch holy ground. This is your moment. This is your movement. And it's all been written just for you, with all the love of the divine, a message written in heaven just for you.